Get ready with me as I go from this to this. Amanda, thank you for this video idea. It was suggested I do a get ready with me and I can share with you guys the products. You guys see me grab them a little bit here and there during some of my grocery hauls, but this is gonna be a complete rundown of what I use on a regular basis. I do prefer to get stuff that's really easy to get or really easy to have access to. I don't use, expensive items. So most of everything I use is either from Aldi or pretty much any store you can find. I have already showered and washed my face. I just washed my face with, this is an anti-dandruff shampoo. So basically Head and Shoulders, you don't want it with the conditioner or anything, but the high zinc content I saw actually on TikTok years ago is good for your skin. I tried using expensive skincare and I went back to this. This feels really good. I use it every morning, every night, and I think it really helps my skin. And then I use a toner. I put this on a cotton swab right after I wash my face. And then I use either the Aldi day or night cream, depending on if it's day or night. So I already have all of that on. I do that right after my shower. If I have the night cream, I also put a little bit of this. This is recommended to me in a comment from Trader Joe's, the facial oil. I just put a few squirts of that right in my palm with the night cream and I just put it everywhere and it feels really good. And I even do down my neck. So that's where we are right now. Also, yes, I washed my hair. I just use Costco shampoo and conditioner. And then I put this in there, the Frizz Ease from Frieda, before I put my microfiber on, which helps my hair dry. So the microfiber helps with anti-frizz. I have very frizzy hair. My mom has very curly hair and my dad doesn't. I got like greasy frizzy hair. Thanks, parents. So I just put a headband on. I'm sure I got this at TJ Maxx, but wherever you get it, that helps to just keep my hair out of my face. And we'll get started with the makeup. I do it pretty simple. Now I did post that I could do like a Q&A, stuff to talk about as I'm doing this, but I didn't really get many questions. No surprise, the questions I did get were about Price is Right. So yes, I've gotten all my prizes. That was one question. And then I was asked about my car. So the Price is Right asked me to not be specific, to just be vague about the car. And I think I said this in a different video about the prizes. It really depends on where you live. I think maybe even the car you win. I don't know. It's just not the same for every person, so they don't want me to divulge. I do not have a Subaru sports car, which, honestly, it was a beautiful car, but I have 3 kids and a giant dog, and I live in Michigan, so rear wheel drive, 2-door sports car is just not the stage of life I'm in. But it's not like it was a forfeited prize. I just can't really get into the details. I didn't get the car. My husband's gonna be buying a truck later this year. That's as vague as I'm gonna be. Sorry. But I loved every single second I was on The Price is Right. I'm so grateful for all the prizes that I won. I did forfeit one prize, so of course I didn't receive that. But I don't want to upset them, so they asked me to not be specific. I won't be specific, but they have a very happy contestant. I'll just say that. So that's what it is. Drink of coffee really quick. But everything else, it took almost 100 days to get my prizes, and it's supposed to be 90, but as soon as 90 days hit and I told them what I was missing, the rest of them just came, so yay. Okay, so now that I have my moisturizer on, I start with the Suntouchable Woah Glow from E.L.F. Skin. This is like a dupe of Supergoop, which I used to use Supergoop, and I liked it, but this is $14 versus like 30 some. And it's basically a tinted moisturizer, and I just really like it. It's also an SPF, which is actually, some days I don't even want to put it on, but I want SPF. Also, I'm using my camera that I'm recording with as my mirror. So if you're wondering why my eyes are darting all over, it's because I got to see what I'm doing right. Also, can we say thank you for this beautiful natural lighting I'm getting? It was an amazing day to film this. It really worked out well. Thank you, God. Okay, so there we go. I use my fingers a lot when I'm getting ready. Obviously, I wash them. So I just put it everywhere. Normally, I get ready in my closet. I have a mirror. It sounds like I have a big closet. I don't. I'm sitting like among a pile of stuff. But I get ready at one of those like LED mirrors right in my closet. Works really well. Next, I move on. I do my eyeshadow next. So I get asked a lot about my eyeshadow, and this is, I probably got this 5 or 6 years ago from Ulta or Sephora. Ulta. And I bought my Dyson Airwrap, and I earned a bunch of rewards, and I used the rewards to get this. It was, I don't even remember what it was, but if you spend a certain amount, you got a bunch of freebies. So I got freebies and this. It felt like it was free because it was using rewards. But it is the Cinnamon Swirl from Too Faced. But you can see my favorite colors are almost gone. So I really like when Aldi comes out with their eyeshadow palettes. The frustrating thing to me is they come and they go. So you can't really rely on it. So like if I love the colors, I can't just go to Walmart and buy it again, or go back to Aldi and buy it again, because they come and go. Because I know that I like them and they stay really well, next time they come out, I'm probably gonna stock up because I use the same colors, but it's such a good price that even if I don't use all of them, and then 2 of my kids like to do special effects makeup, so the colors I don't end up using, I can give to them and they use it to make bruises. But anyways, these smell really good too. So this is Too Faced, and I really like gooey goodness, frost those buns, love the bun you're with, flower power. So this is an E.L.F. palette that I have as well. This is the one it's in my travel bag, and that I would be using like when my colors really run out of here that I can't use, I'll just revert back to this one. So this is E.L.F. Keep It Ethereal. But right now, I'm finishing this up. So what I do is I take, so this is like a really metallic brown called Sticky Buns. I used to use Sweet and Spicy, but it's almost gone, and I kind of blend them. And I just go right on my eyeshadow. And then when I was 13, almost 13, my cousin turned 13, she's older than me, so I was 12, I guess. We had a makeover from Mary Kay, and we got some pictures taken together, and it was a lot of fun. But the Mary Kay consultant basically formed my makeup routine for the rest of my life without knowing it. She said blue eyes look really good with brown eyeshadow. So I've done that my entire life from her. Also, I throw purple in there every once in a while, or pinks, but I also like to put it a little darker on the outside, which was a Mary Kay tip. I don't really know why. I can't give you an explanation. It's just what I do because I was told to, and it just became my norm. So then I know it looks pretty dark. I go in with something lighter, and I do it more in the corner here. So right now I'm using Flower Power, this light one. I was using this gooey goodness, but that's pretty much gone. So it's like the B team's in right now. But it softens the inside, and then I take it like up and just blend it. I don't know. I feel very inadequate giving a makeup lesson because I really don't know what I'm doing. But then I kind of, sometimes I'm like, oh, I kind of want a little bit of pink on the corners here too. So I kind of go into the middle of my eye and just bring it out a little bit. And then I just kind of clean it up with my finger. And yes, sometimes I get eyeshadow, like I have these deep divots here, and I don't realize it's not a shadow, that there's a bunch of eyeshadow there. I'm not very good about catching it. So if you ever see that on a video, yes, I saw it too when I was editing. No, I didn't see it while I was recording. Next, this is from the very expensive store, Dollar Tree. So $1.25, LA Color liquid eyeliner in brown. I like liquid eyeliner, and for years and years and years, I would use E.L.F. But when I had my colors done, it was suggested that I change from black to brown, and I really like the switch, but I can't buy E.L.F. brown liquid eyeliner in store. So I found it at the Dollar Tree, and every time I buy it, I buy like 6 of them just so that if it's sold out or they don't have it, their stock is also semi-unreliable. I have it for quite a while. So I just paint it on. Eyeliner probably is my favorite makeup to wear. And I say that because if I don't have it on, I don't feel like myself. Like if I'm not really wearing makeup for the day, but I want to feel like I look a little more alive, I just put eyeliner and mascara on, and I feel much more presentable or much more awake. I think I look really tired without any makeup on. Now I will say, I don't think this lasts the longest, especially on my lower lid. The LA Colors, I would be open to a nicer brown eyeliner, but I'm also not gonna pay like $15. So it has to be like budget friendly, because this is good enough that I'm not willing to pay like an expensive price for something slightly better, but I would also pay more for something. I don't know if that makes sense. Like E.L.F. was $3. I'd go back to a $3 one instead of $1.25 if it was brown. But that's where we are so far. Oh wow, I'm not paying attention. I got eyeshadow on my face. See what I get when I'm trying to do something else instead of what I'm doing, talking. Hopefully that doesn't stay. Now we'll move on to blush. This is from Pure. It's also from the Dollar Tree. I have no affiliation with any particular blush. Basically, if I run out, whatever's around when I remember to get more. And if it's less expensive, that's my preference. And I just like pink. So I kind of make a kissy face so you can see where my cheekbones are, and I just try to match it. And I start a little on this side, and then I go more to the other side. So this is like gets the heavy hit, but a little bit, and this gets less of the hit, but more of it, if that makes sense. And then the real official part, I take both palms, and I just try to blend it. There we go. That's another one that if I don't have my LED light on, sometimes I do my makeup really quick or not in my closet. And then later I'm in better light and I'm like, holy blush. There was actually a long period of time where I put way too much blush on and I didn't realize it because of where I was getting ready. And then I look back at pictures of myself and I'm like, ooh, where were my friends? Okay, so this is the mascara I use regularly. There are probably more effective mascaras, but I have pretty long eyelashes, so I don't feel like it's worth me spending a ton more money. But this is deep brown from E.L.F. Lash and Roll. I think it's like $6. And my girls make fun of me because I recently asked them, it didn't seem silly to me until they started making fun of me, but I asked them if they ever feel nauseous when they put mascara on their, specifically, left eye. I don't know why. I get this nauseous feeling when I'm putting mascara on my left eye, especially. It's been this way since I was in high school. I don't know if it's like the concentration, I hold my breath a little bit or something. I really don't even know how to explain it. But it's putting mascara on in general, I get like kind of a nauseous feeling, but especially my left eye. But I asked the girls, they looked at me like I was crazy. And then they've asked me several times, like if they see me putting makeup on, you getting nauseous yet, Mom? And I'm like, okay, that was an actual question. I wasn't trying to become the butt of your joke. But anyways, if anyone else feels nauseous while putting your mascara on, me too. So I only put on my top lashes. I don't like to put on my bottom lashes yes, a little bit of it has to do with feeling nauseous, but that's it. That's all I do for my makeup. I do use a lip balm. I'll show you that at the end. I put that on at the very end. It's a tinted lip balm. I've used it for years. It's my favorite. I don't care what expensive anything you show me. The next thing I want to do is, my nails are off. I'm gonna put Glamnetic on. I love to get my nails done, but it's a pain to go out there, sit that long, and like commit to that amount of time. And it's expensive, of course. So I have an at-home option that I love as well, and it's called Glamnetic. I've been playing around with these. I actually really, really like them. Spell and Elsie did this. I have not done this set, so we're gonna put them on, but they're so easy. And while I was getting my nail stuff, I also bought this new caboodle one because I loved caboodles when I was younger, but it's the perfect way to store all the stuff. So partial sets in here, the extra glue, my hair pieces, but also things like this. These are my numbers. So as I go to do it, I don't have to find out my numbers every time. I can keep everything in this kit for my nails, and I can have a file in here or extra glue, and it's easy to find it all. Plus, who doesn't love feeling like a kid again? You know, I loved caboodles as a kid, and look how adorable this one is. Okay, so I'm all prepped, and you can see I got pinky through thumb, thumb through pinky, so all of my stuff is laid out. My nails are prepped, you know, did the cuticle pushing, empty nails, and this glue, I actually, once I do this, will have this now in my purse in case one pops off as we're going somewhere. So you put glue on here, and you don't want to put too much. Kind of trial and error as you're learning, but you also want it on the nail. And I was reading like online tutorials that help me, but you start at the base of the nail and then you press it down so that kind of like shoots the glue up, is kind of how I interpret that. And then you just hold it. And of course that's when your nose starts to itch. Now, do I really count to 45 seconds? No. But I just hold it for quite a while. Emmy's snoring behind us. I'm putting her to sleep. But I'm gonna go ahead and finish these, and I'll show you my entire set at the end. They have so many sizes of nails, so once you find your size, they have like a little number on the back, and you just keep your number. Me and Elsie can share a set. So for a $15 to $20 box of nails, I can do my nails and Elsie can, and we share a set. So I recently picked some up. You can get them at Ulta, Sephora, Glamnetic.com. Okay, so makeup's on, nails are done. Now I'm gonna go do my hair. I also use this, a little anti-frizz serum as I blow dry my hair and straighten it. I just put a little of this on after it's dry and kind of tame everything. So I'll see you after I blow dry, because, well, that's love. Finishing touches. So one, I almost every day put on Clinique Happy Heart. I got this for Christmas years ago, and I love the scent. I have dubbed it my scent. So it's the pink Clinique. It's just perfect. And then, as I said, I keep this in my purse. This is the Baby Lips from Maybelline. I think this is cherry. It's cherry something, I don't know. I like that it's not, you know, super strong like a lipstick, but I get a little bit of color, and I love the way it makes my lips feel. Also, I know you guys have seen this in a grocery haul. This is the deodorant I wear. I forgot to mention that. And my glue will now be going in my purse in case one of these pops up. I really appreciate the video idea. I'm obviously not a beauty guru or beauty tutorial person, but it was fun to share with you my routine. But if you want to see what I do on a regular basis, it's Aldi all the time. I share my Aldi grocery hauls, do Aldi finds, lots of fun right here that you can check out. Thank you so much for watching. Ciao, done, and ciao.